Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Before Coffee. It is Thursday, so we have our Thursday's 13 list of Odyssey songs. These are songs that remind you of the Odyssey or references to things that happened in the Odyssey, about our adventure and getting into trouble, and witches and the Keeleys and all that stuff. And also we have some general news stories about what's going on in the world today. This is the first and only international game show, Before Coffee, a father and daughter news podcast where we look at our stories right before the show starts. We just got caffeine in our bodies and we're learning to read and speak live on stream. Let's get into those Thursday headlines and our Thursday's 13 list and spin that segue wheel. Today on Thursday's 13. Tsunami of dirt. What caused Nepal's deadly glacial flood?
In the U.S., we have a police officer arrested for tracking his girlfriend at a flock camera over 2,000 times. And Phoenix has tried to reduce the heat. They've reduced the heat in their city during monsoon season by 12 degrees, but the humans on the ground are still suffering.
In social media news, Poland asks the EU to fine Meta 250 million euros over their scam ads.
Wow. And there's not a whole lot of modern songs that I could find about the Odyssey or any Greek thing, but a whole lot of classic rock songs refer to the Odyssey, at least characters from the Odyssey.
In your Thursday's 13 list.
Got my Thursday 13 list. Yes, sir. That's what I meant. Okay.
In my culture news, we have butter
Pre-show.
late than never. Paris gets its first boutique entirely dedicated to butter.
Nice. Butter and peaches because it's National Peach Day. It's a peachy day. I think I got a peach left in the fridge. I think it might have got eaten. But have a peachy day because we're moving to the country. Gonna eat a lot of peaches on, what is it? August 27th. Damn near September. August 27th, 2026 on Before Coffee. Labor Day weekend coming up.
Monday is the 31st of August. So.
Oh, okay. So Labor Day be next weekend. I got you.
Yeah. But yeah, the first
Monday is September.
Famously, I don't know if it's famous. I should use the word famously, but in the Netherlands, most of the school year starts on the 1st of September. So
the school year should start after the last summer holiday. There should be not. Let's start school and then go on a break.
Yeah.
What is that? Just put them in school and leave them there.
Yeah, you said that my entire life.
And support the teachers.
Labor
damn
Day,
it.
yeah.
Stop making the teachers buy their own supplies.
Oh, the UK has Labor Day as well. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
On the same
Labor Day, where we pay attention to the workers of America and the rest of you ignore them and treat them like shit. So
I mean,
whatever.
That's always been my problem with holidays is that we go, yeah, we care about you today, and then we just give up. And then we stop caring about them every other day.
It'll be eliminated as a holiday. That'll be the next American holiday eliminated. They'll just eliminate it. Fuck it. Well, get your ass to work. It'll be get your ass to work day. That'll be get your ass to work. Some oligarch. The oligarch needs a crew for his 9th yacht. So get your ass to work, you little plebe. Let's have a spin so we can get on with this. I can go on a diatribe about rich ass souls all day, as I typically do. It's my
Our
default
first segue
setting.
reminds me of a song, so I guess you already have a lot of songs on your mind, so hopefully you can think of a couple more.
Right. Yes.
This first story is a long one because we're going to talk about all the details about the tragic natural disaster that is a 5.0 landslide. That's right. We're now going to start measuring landslides with the seismometer. Seismometer?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how much it... Oh, bless you. That's how much it changed the Earth. It actually moved the Earth that much that it caused it to... the mountain to move. This is from Levan Hills Lidze On Asia Times, more than 150 people are dead and hundreds more are missing after an enormous wave of water, ice, mud, and rock cascaded more than 170 kilometers down the Pote Koshi River Valley in Nepal. The valley is the main link between Kathmandu in Nepal and Lhasa in Tibet. At least 34. Well, here we go. The thing I despise most, right? 34 Australians are missing, 22 UK. Yeah, a bunch of people from different countries are missing, okay? Yes, even your country, there's somebody there who died, in case you need that to care about the fact that hundreds of people have died to this natural disaster. Footage of the debris-laden flash flooding is shocking, and it is unfortunately not surprising. As an expert in glaciers, Leven Tilidze has tracked the accelerating retreat around the world as they melt, and the disaster that can follow. Early analysis suggests the abrupt collapse of a glacier triggered the disaster. As climate change intensifies, yes, this is a hot planet update, glaciers worldwide are melting, and even in high regions such as the Himalayas, where it's very cold, they are especially vulnerable because the steep slopes of many of these tall mountains are made of permafrost, rock and soil frozen for centuries. As temperatures rise, these slopes are beginning to melt and destabilize. If an earthquake or slope failure occurs, it can trigger a sudden and devastating debris flow. It's too early to say what the exact cause is. Some people are saying a glacial lake overflowed and all the water spilled out. Some people are saying, like Roger said at the beginning of the show, all the permafrost is melting and it's just sliding down the mountain. But they know that the great ice stores of the Himalayas, known as the world's third pole because it contains the largest amount of snow and ice after the Arctic and the Antarctic, are no longer safe. What happens in Nepal is likely due to an enormous ice and rock landslide sweeping down a mountain pass and gathering of ice, water, rock, trees, and dirt. Why? Because it's melting. The landslide was so large it was originally thought to be an earthquake that caused it, as the seismic energy registered as a 4.4 magnitude quake on seismographs. Think about that for a second. Enough dirt, mud, ice, water falling down a mountain enough that it causes the earth to shake. Insane. By the time it reached the Girong port, a Chinese Nepal crossing, the wall of debris resembled a tsunami of dirt. Early estimates suggest the wave may have been 30 meters high just from falling down the mountain. Sometimes disasters like these can be caused when glacial meltwater is trapped in a lake by a landslide breaks free. One of these events, known as the Glacial Lake Outburst Flood, hit Nepal in 24. But early analysis suggests this isn't the case here. Satellite imagery suggests the landslide may have carved away large parts of a glacier that triggered its collapse. We don't know yet what caused that glacier to collapse. Climate change is probably the biggest blame, but glaciers worldwide are broadly in retreat, and flood and debris flow disasters can follow. A smaller flood hit the same district in Nepal last year, killing 9 people. Also last year, a melting glacier in Switzerland triggered a huge debris flow that destroyed the village of Blatten. In 23, a landslide and subsequent flood in the home country of Georgia killed 33 people at a mountain resort. But this disaster is the largest, to follow. So there's a screenshot here of the entire trail, which was yet again 130 kilometers of glacial flow going all the way down from the Himalayas, which is right by India, all the way down to China. The high elevation glaciers of the Himalayas can respond differently to climate change than glaciers at low elevations or in relatively warmer regions. Thawing and degrading permafrost can also contribute by making steep Himalayan slopes less stable. Permafrost is ground containing rock, soil, and ice that has remained at or below 0 Celsius for many years. As the climate warms, the ground can thaw, weakening the ice that helps bind rocks and soil together. Unlike normal soil, which is bound together by the roots of plants, there are no plants keeping this ground together. It just melts away into a puddle of mud. On steep slopes, the loss of frozen ground can make slopes less stable and make rockfalls, landslides, and other forms of ground movement more likely. An earthquake, rockfall, or other disturbance can trigger a rapid downslope movement of rock, soil, and debris. Can these disasters be prevented? Yeah, 30 years ago when we told people to stop climate change, that's how it can be prevented, sadly. No one died when the Swiss glacier collapsed. That's because early warning systems were in place. Authorities evacuated residents before it fell. As temperatures rise and climate-related disasters become more frequent or severe in some regions, early warning systems will become increasingly important for villages and towns located near glaciers or thawing permafrost. These systems can monitor rapidly rising river levels, intense rainfall, and seismic waves to alert authorities before a disaster strikes. However, installing and maintaining effective early warning systems can require significant investment. That's a challenge for low-income and developing countries. In good news, the Green Climate Fund last year announced funding for better monitoring systems in Nepal. I mean, they get so many tourists every year. Maybe these tourists can donate to this fund so that, hey, I don't die in a landslide randomly. There's another problem, too. Meltwater in the Himalayan glaciers feed rivers that are vital to billions of people across Nepal, Pakistan, India, and China. As the climate warms, increased glacier melt can temporarily increase river flows and in some places contribute to flood risk. But as glaciers continue to shrink, their contribution may eventually decline and lead to less water availability, particularly during the dry season. Rapidly reducing greenhouse gas emissions, investment in early warning systems, and better monitoring of vulnerable mountain regions can help communities prepare. These measures cannot prevent every disaster, but they can save lives and give people a better chance to adapt to a changing climate. Levan Tilizde is a research fellow in glacial geomorphology at the Monash University, and that is who reported on the story, so he's not just some random person. I say he, I don't know actually their gender. They're not just some random person, they know what they're talking about, and we need to take these words seriously. Unfortunately, we've met the point of no return, and now we have to start adjusting our own monitoring systems for unexpected natural disasters due to climate change. So there's your... I didn't want to really talk about the sad death toll, so I wanted to give your PSA, I guess. Does it remind you of a song?
Yeah, just we don't want to ignore death and destruction at our own little comfort level of the world. The song reminds me, it was actually pretty easy. Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, which of course is what that was, a landslide. Yeah. The song is not about the landslide, but it's a metaphor. But there you go. That's what
unstoppable landslide. Yeah. I think those are the two things we haven't really been able to stop.
In the snow-covered hills, and the landslide takes me down. That's what happened.
Yep.
All right.
I wish I could have a reply.
I guess we got a story.
No, no more story. That was a 7-minute.
I guess we got to spin then. Okay.
Yeah, that was a 7-minute story.
7 minutes. Okay. Let's spin the wheel.
Hello, Almond. Thank you for your diamond. Yeah. Thank you for your diamond acorn.
There's nothing you could do to prevent this as a citizen. Yeah. Just there. You're a big
We haven't built
roadkill.
Landslide levees. We haven't made avalanche walls. They just come rolling down and take everything with them. That's what they do. And tsunamis do the same thing.
Exactly. And we make fun of ancient civilizations for trying to appease the volcano god. Well, at least they knew where the problem lied, right? It was that thing up there that's going to erupt, and melt all the freaking whatever.
When you're desperate enough, you start praying to the earth to not take you away. That's for sure.
But at least we know where the source is. It's not some invisible guy in the sky. Well, at least, anyway, go ahead.
Our next segue is sarcasm for your story. Or stories, I think.
Some sarcasm, didn't I? I got 2 stories. Phoenix! We're going to talk about Phoenix trying to cool down their city in the summer. Good luck with that. Maybe just build a boat. Put a big shade tree over it. I don't know. Economic Times, IndianaTimes.com has the story. Team Global. Right? India Times, it seems to be one of my major sources these days. Phoenix swapped black asphalt for reflective road coating, and noon surface heat fell 12 degrees Fahrenheit, which is probably 180 to 168 or something. It's really hot in Phoenix. Phoenix is one of the hottest cities in the United States, so in 2020, the city tried a new way to cool things down. Rather than plain black asphalt, the city painted some roads with light-colored reflective coating on the theory that lighter road would keep cooler. A year-long study was performed by Arizona State University to test this. The Cool Pavement pilot program report summarizes the results. The urgency behind Phoenix's experiment is grounded in hard numbers. An estimated 489,000 heat-related deaths occurred worldwide each year between 2000 and 2019. That's 20 years. That's what's 20 times 500,000? 10 million.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah,
Well,
the clock starts ticking. Yeah.
Yeah. My clock is always ticking because I'm old. With much of that mortality concentrated in cities, the core problem is that urban heat island effect. Construction materials commonly used in cities, such as asphalt, concrete, and dark color roofing, absorb and retain large amounts of solar radiation and can remain warm long after sunset, increasing nighttime temperatures, and it never cools off. And it just builds on itself after a while. And intensifying urban warming. Phoenix faces this at an extreme scale. Again, Phoenix shouldn't even be there. There's no reason for Phoenix to be there. It's on the Salt River, which is, a salty river. There's no reason for Phoenix to be there. Most cities are built on waterways. This is just built in for whatever reason. Because of railroad. Probably a railhead was there. I'm guessing a railhead. Phoenix faces this at an extreme scale. The city regularly records some of the highest urban surface temperatures at the country, making a logical testing ground for solutions other than heat-stressed cities are watching. That other heat-stressed cities are watching closely. Okay, let's do this right. The City of Phoenix Transportation Department teamed up with the Arizona State Urban Climate Research Center in a period between July 4th, 2020, July 14th of 21. They used the coating for roads in various neighborhoods and then compared them with uncoated asphalt in surrounding areas. The 2020 rollout was modest in scale, covering 36 miles of neighborhood streets and one parking lot. Phoenix has since expanded the treatment considerably, coating more than 140 miles of roadway citywide, according to the city's Cool Pavement program page. The growth hasn't been entirely smooth, though the city's temporarily paused new application for running the problems with one coating supplier. Oh boy. Ooh, the coating supplier was probably taking kickbacks or something. Who knows with some of these people. Before resuming the rollout with a different product, according to local news coverage, a sign that officials were still refining the technique years after the original pilot wrapped up. At the surface level, the coating did its job. ASU report says treating roads were 2.4 degrees Fahrenheit cooler at sunrise, 12 degrees cooler at noon, and 10.5 degrees cooler in the afternoon compared to conventional aged asphalt. Even the ground beneath the surface was an average of 4.8 degrees Fahrenheit cooler, which matters in a city where roads can get hot enough to burn skin. Don't forget, asphalt melts at some point too, right? Yep. And sticking to your tires, that's a problem. You can't stop because you got asphalt in your tread. A cooler road doesn't necessarily mean cooler walk. The reflective coating reflects more sunlight than it absorbs, which helps keep the surface cooler. However, the reflector rays are directed back at the pedestrians walking close to the surface. The research found that mean radiant temperature, a measure of the thermal radiation absorbed by the body outdoors, rose by an average of 5.5 degrees in coated streets, even hotter for pedestrians. Oh, my Lord. The finding is consistent with other research in a separate study. Tilted solar reflective pavements, a policy panacea to heat mitigation, as a question mark at the end. So it doesn't think it's a panacea. It's not a panacea, obviously. Looking for a panacea is silly, anyway. Published in Environmental Research Letters, ASU researcher Ariane Middle and colleagues tested a similar coating in two Los Angeles neighborhoods. It noted the surface temperatures dropped at 4 to 6, but mean radiant temperature over the pavement rose 7 degrees. Here's your problem with your article. You state one thing in Fahrenheit, then you state the next thing in Celsius, and then you put Fahrenheit in parentheses. You're confusing me when I'm trying to read this. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is the way the sentence reads. It's noted that the surface temperature dropped 4 to 6 degrees Fahrenheit, but the mean radiant temperature of the pavement rose 4 degrees Celsius, which doesn't tell you anything unless you know how to convert that. And they put 7.5 degrees Fahrenheit in parentheses. Why don't you just put that in there? Forget the Celsius. Let's use one reference. It's not two. Anyway, while air temperature fell only slightly. So basically the same thing happened in Los Angeles. So the solution here is there is no solution. It's not a panacea. Panacea, again, if you don't know what a panacea is, it solves all of the world's problems at once. That's no such thing in the world. There's no such thing. So the issue is only daytime. The person walking on the sidewalk is getting that radiated heat right off the sidewalk, right? Because instead of being absorbed by the sidewalk and storing it overnight in the sidewalk, it is pushing it back right up in your face and blasting you like a blast furnace. So don't walk on that stuff. Don't walk on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till nighttime when it's not blasting in your face. Anyway, there's your story. And we got another one. So let's have us a sarcasm about living on the sun, essentially.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that Arizona isn't going full white power. The joke and sarcasm.
Well, it's green. It's not white. It's not white.
Yet again.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm yet again.
Green. Yeah. Right. I'll give me a soundboard here. But again, you know, that hot weather is the best time to break out those white sheets. You know, you KKK members want to like to march in because white will keep you cool in them hot temperatures.
I have added the countdown clock as a sound redeem, Tommy, by the way. Thank you for the idea, for the recommendation.
Now we're going to update the flock camera. The flock cameras. And again, I will emphasize and do not destroy flock cameras. Whatever you do not destroy flock cameras. They will arrest you. That's my public service announcement. Also, somebody on the internet said them little green laser pens, those totally fuck with flock cameras. They totally fuck with their system and shit. Do not point them directly into a flock camera, whatever you do. Whatever you do, don't do that. Okay, so we're going to talk about flock cameras. What's all that noise, man? Is that our new
countdown clock that we just added? Yeah, it's a great.
Okay.
When the clock starts ending, you have to finish your rant. That's what Tommy just said.
Worked well that time. CNN has a story. Police officer arrested after tracking ex-girlfriend on flock camera system. Ex-girlfriend 2,000 times. Poor guy. He's just heartbroken. That's all. She broke his heart. I want to see who she's dating so I can arrest him. Yes, police officers. Police officers always the weakest link in our justice system. And there's absolutely no second place.
Psychiatric help every single month. They need to get psychiatrically evaluated. And I know we can't afford to do that, but that's what we need.
Yeah, the weakest link in our law enforcement system is that poor, uneducated loser who couldn't find a job anywhere else, and so I'll be a cop and even with people who shit on me through life or whatever the hell these people decide to be cops. I'm not ragging on cops. I'm just saying you are the weakest link. You are. There's just no doubt about it. It ain't the courts, right? It ain't the citizens. Citizens are always going to break laws. By the way, you just keep passing more laws. Anyhow, and of course the police, again, just are security forces for rich people. They write you tickets so rich people don't pay taxes. That's the only reason they exist. If the rich people could collect money without police, they'd get rid of them too, because they're the ones breaking the laws. Poor people are honest. They just are. That's the fact. Poor people are way more honest than rich people. CNN.com has a story. Police officer arrested after tracking ex-girlfriend on flock over 2,000 times. A Kentucky police officer, no surprise, Kentucky, one of your backward states, where the police just get to shoot people and walk away. Oh yeah, she was yelling at me. Anyway, a Kentucky police officer arrested after authorities said he used the flock safety license plate reader camera system to track his ex-girlfriend 2,000 times, marking the latest in a string of recent law enforcement officer resignations or arrests for alleged my ass. Shively Police Department Officer Assad Zahir's alleged activity was flagged on a new AI-powered auditing tool implemented by Flock Safety after growing concerns about security and misuse by police, as already said. Mm-hmm. In many cases involving officers accused of using the system to stalk exes or romantic interests. Oh, yeah. Cop pulls you over. You know what he does? He looks at your address, takes it back to his car. Oh, that's a pretty girl. Let me write this address down for my later research. I'm doing some research. I'm doing some research on her. Okay. Now I got her address. Here's your license back. Next thing you know, old boy's got a flock camera installed in her neighborhood and it's stalking her every move so you can pull her over again. Maybe get to know her better. Yeah. This is rife with abuse, and Flock itself has employees doing shit. Let's not forget that. The audit assistance tool, now a requirement by Flock safety, flags abnormal use by officers. Good thing. Good thing. Finally, now a requirement. Okay. It's like, oh yeah, the horse is out of the barn. Let's close the door in the barn. There you go. We solved the problem. The horse is definitely still in the barn.
Schrodinger's horse.
Schrodinger's horse is definitely still in the barn. The flock safety system has been lauded by law enforcement for investigative capacity, while critics point to the growing list of officers charged with abusing a license plate reader. And it's not just officers, it's flock employees, by the way. Let's get on board that thing. Flock employees are not cleared for anything. They just get hired. Some cities have canceled their flock contracts, including Tempe, Arizona, which is a big city in Phoenix. It's basically Phoenix, Tempe. And some critics have gone so far as to say, vandalize the cameras, which we don't say that. That is against the law. We do not advocate breaking the law. Whatever you do, don't vandalize these cameras. It's illegal. It's against the law. The flock camera works. When it's used properly, it works. There are tons of stats that show it works. Shively Police Chief, this is the name of the town in Kentucky, by the way. Shively Police Chief Andre Bottoms said Wednesday. His name is Andre Bottoms. I bet you he's a bottom. Said Wednesday at a news conference announcing the arrest and promising a review of flock protocols. Nah, you don't review shit. You get a new city council, you get a new county. Somebody just take these shit out of your cities. This is why we pay the cops. We don't pay the cops to sit around their fucking desk and stalk people. Investigators found Zahir had conducted 2,048 flock searches from January to May to track 2 vehicles registered to the victim, his child's mother in Kentucky and Indiana. So it's his ex. He's stalking his ex. The thing is, if he's stalking his ex and he has a child with them, I can't really fault them if she's kind of a weirdo. But again, you need a search warrant for this kind of shit, guy. You can't just do this on your own.
That's not, that's against the law.
That's harassing. It's stalking, and this guy rightly was arrested. During the period he conducted these searches, Zahir harassed the victim and made threatening comments, prompting her to file an order protecting against him, according to court records. That's the thing he did was illegal, and that's what led to them, coming down.
Yeah, when he started saying, "I'm a police officer, I can kill you, and I won't get in trouble." Oh, you can't say that. You can't say that. That's illegal. Yeah,
once she filed charges, it was done for him. They were going to go find his flock history. Zahir, an officer since 2022, basically he's just right out of academy, whatever that academy is, the Academy of Harassment. I don't know what it is. Who was assigned to the patrol division, listed the reason for the investigation as drug or narcotics investigation. Oh, yeah. I smell weed in your car. I get to search it. I was like, no, you don't.
You're part of the DEA now, dude? A patrol officer?
Yeah, don't forget, in the United States, if a cop says he smells weed in your car, I need to search your car. You say, I do not consent to a search, and let him search your car because you didn't consent. You're still going to search it, and everything they find will be thrown out because you did not consent to a search. He had no reasonable suspicion. He just made something up. The AI tool flagged for the activity Monday. The AI tool flagged the activity on Monday, and by Tuesday, Zahir was in custody. The tool works. Way to go, Flock. Charged with 5 counts of unofficial misconduct in the 5th degree and 5 counts of unlawful access to computer in the 4th degree, court records show. Here's what happened. I'll tell you what happened. The Flock tool was pushed as an update to the Flock cameras in this city, right? So the technician on Monday pushed that little correction to all the Flock cameras and all the interfacing database and all that stuff. And it started flagging this guy. Oh, look at this guy. He's got 5 flags already today. Let's look at his entire record. And I go back. Holy fucking shit. This guy.
User ID 11557676 has logged in 20 times today. What the fuck?
Yeah, arrested and fired. Yes, again, cops out there to serve and protect. Man, that's just a slogan. That's all it is, man. They're there to serve the rich and protect the rich. They need to put that part on there. Where's your sarcasm? As I just dripping with it right now. I'm just a sarcasm machine. Unfortunately for you, I've used up all the sarcasm.
Yeah,
It's all dried up.
It really does sound like this kid, which I'm going to call him a kid, did not go to police academy. He went to stalker academy instead. I'm not going to say it's all their fault, but this guy should have never become a police officer to begin with.
Right, and again, your child is out there, not just your ex-woman. Your child is now stigmatized by you, you clown, you idiot. That's your child out there now. You're stalking the mother of your child. You understand that a cop, that's not your job, right? Don't be a cop. If that's your mentality, is like I can control all behavior of all people in my life. Don't be a cop. It's not going to work for you.
Yeah,
it's not going to work. And in tragedy.
What a shame.
Yeah.
Human hubris.
Hubris, exactly. I'm so important. I don't know. Everybody doesn't love me. I got 50 reasons why people don't love you. You want to hear them? You know?
All right, let me re-roll because I've got another. Reminds me of a song. I guess it wants you singing this entire episode.
Toxic narcissism. Let's go.
Our next segue is tell a joke. This is not a sad story about landslides, so it should be decently able. We can make it about Zuckerberg
At least I don't have
or
to joke
Meta
about it.
or social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is coming out of the EU as Poland is asking them to fine Meta 250 million euros. The Polish authorities have notified Meta multiple times, but the company still hasn't offered an effective and adequate response to the issue, the country's deputy prime minister writes. This is on Politico by Eliza Grycki. Polish deputy prime minister Krzysztof Gawkowski asked the European Commission to fine Meta 250 million euros, alleging it is failing to tackle scams and fake ads on its platform. Gawkowski was also asked for an investigation into Facebook and Instagram's parent company in a letter to EU tech chief Hanna Virkkunen, dated August 26th, and seen by Politico. Gawkowski serves as Poland's digital affairs minister. The commission, which oversees large platforms like Meta under the Digital Service Acts, has yet to open an investigation into how they tackle financial scams. Well, it hasn't even been a week yet. So it's been yesterday when they first put this in. So that would be really quick for a government to do. Nor has it imposed any fines on social media companies for its lapses and how they protect users more broadly. Meta's reported removals of scams and fraud on its platforms in the EU show that scams are not a marginal phenomenon occurring outside the platform's main operating model, but rather one of the largest and most persistent forms of abuse within the Meta ecosystem, the Deputy Prime Minister wrote. Polish authorities and cybersecurity teams have notified Meta multiple times, but the company still doesn't ensure an effective and adequate response to scam advertisements, Gawkowski wrote. A cybersecurity team within Poland's National Research Institute reported 122 advertisements to Meta as fraudulent, and only 13% were removed, he said. The deputy PM also cited a complaint with 13% of 122. What is it? I'm doing it real quick. 15. So only 15 scam advertisements were removed out of the 122 that are available, just swarming all over Facebook, for example. The deputy PM also cited a complaint from the consumer organization BEUC, which found that across 13 countries, only 27% of fraudulent ads were removed from Google, Meta, and TikTok. But we don't have the full number of how many are even on those platforms. The Commission and Meta did not respond to Politico's request for comment. The Commission sent a request for information to 4 platforms in September of 25 about how they tackle scams. Apple, Booking.com. Oh, that's a terrible place to get scammed. I'm staying at a hotel tomorrow in this city. Oh, that hotel doesn't exist. It's not built until 3 years from now. Wait, so what did I pay for? Google and Microsoft. Google and Microsoft being one of the bigger companies. Apple is also pretty big too. Gaukowski is asking for an investigation into breaches of 6 articles of the DSA, Digital Service Act, including risk assessment and mitigation, advertiser transparency, and the mechanisms for reporting illegal content. He is also asking Meta to take a series of mitigation measures on top of the fine. I really am curious how bad this scam ad is, because I remember it being pretty bad when I was still using Facebook, back in 2010s. Or even previous, right? 2008, 2010. I can't imagine if it's gotten better or worse. If it's gotten worse, that sounds like, yeah, all the AI scam ads and stuff must be terrible to deal with. And I remember when I was a kid, right? People were always saying, oh yeah, watch out. Don't buy stuff on Facebook because it's going to come from China and never be delivered and stuff. You don't watch out what you order. So yeah, 13% of ads removed but 122 of those ads are still out there tricking you with, oh wow, I can buy this really cool thing, and then it's just like a picture of the thing, right? That's the worst scam ad, right? I bought this really cool rocking chair. It's a picture of the rocking chair. Really messed up. But you have a joke about scam ads,
yes,
social media being pieces of shit, whatever.
I got a joke about Facebook.
All right,
joke about Facebook. Facebook is just an online place where people you barely knew in high school can remind you why you barely knew them. Oh yeah, I remember you. You were an asshole. You're not my friend anymore. You never were my friend. Hey, that's Facebook for you. You want to impress people you barely knew. Yeah. Facebook anymore is just political bullshit.
I haven't used Facebook in years actively. Decades even at this point.
Yeah,
really.
once they decided Russia can decide our elections, I really soured on Facebook. Okay, you have no filter to stop people from putting propaganda out there. Way to go, Facebook. Whatever. Did we get another spin? Or do you have another story?
Yeah, no more stories for me. It's Thursday 13. I try to be as short as possible. I already did my long story. You're like, oh shit, gotta get my whiteboard. Yep, it's
whiteboard's over here.
Re-roll anyways, because we're getting double rolls all over the place here.
Okay, again, getting double rolls.
Okay, you're gonna be sarcasm.
I guess we'll do this.
I'll associate this with my own song. I guess I'll try to think of a song.
Some of these.
Will you? Okay.
Associate. Okay. Okay, we got songs. Yeah, I might refer to you because you recently saw the movie, and I only familiar with the story itself. For several.
But you haven't read it for a while, so you're also not. Yeah.
I haven't read it all.
Oh, you've never read it. Oh, so, I thought you would have.
I haven't read it. I only know the references. I know the Cliff Notes version of the Odyssey. Let's put it that way.
The Spark Notes.
So I know the references. I know what they're talking about. And like when a song exists, you can just wonder there's a lot of references to the Odyssey in this, and then I found a list and I made my own list.
One of our oldest epics. So
right, you have the Iliad, you have the Odyssey.
It's probably older ones, but they don't exist anymore, right? They got turned into
the Iliad. I believe Iliad is the one with the Trojan horse story, right?
I thought Odyssey was the one with the Trojan horse story, because he's the one who
it is? Okay,
comes up with the idea. Yeah.
Okay, well, anywho, the Odyssey 13 is today's 13. I do need my glasses for this one.
Isn't the Iliad the one where they go?
I made.
Iliad is specifically about Troy.
Yeah, I think the Iliad is about Helen of Troy and the Trojan horse. I'm pretty sure. I thought, right? The land, and Achilles dies goes to be with Zeus because he doesn't really die. He's a hero. He's not a human. He's a hero.
The Iliad is connected to the Odyssey through the Trojan horse thing, but that's it. It's like when he's an author. He wrote 2 books, and he was like, "Hey, this one's related to the other one. Look, a reference." And I think that's all that was. The Trojan horse thing was a reference to the Iliad.
I had Greek mythology in high school, and we didn't read the Odyssey, we didn't read the Iliad, but they talked about it the whole semester. So yeah. So it gets confused in my brain because I didn't actually sit down and read them. But anyway, the Odyssey 13 is here. And not in any particular order other than the reason I thought of the songs. And then I had to go find a list that somebody had made. And the very first one I do is by The Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger. It was a top 10 hit for The Police off their album Synchronicity, the last album The Police made. Wrapped around your finger. And the very first line, you consider me a young apprentice caught between the Scylla and Charybdis. Again, Scylla and Charybdis are sea monsters in the Odyssey that Mr. Odysseus, or as they call him in Latin, Ulysses, has to deal with. Okay? So that's number one. The Police, Wrapped Around Your Finger. That's actually pretty easy to understand, I think. Mm-hmm. He does also refer to Mephistopheles, which is not in Greek mythology. I thought it was, but it wasn't. Number two is Home at Last by Steely Dan from the Asia album, one of the classic rock, soft rock, yacht rock albums of all time, Asia. The song is legitimately, totally, and completely about the Odyssey. That's exactly what it's about. And he makes, songs like, Could It Be I Have Found My Home at Last? Questions whether peace or safety is genuinely attainable. He's tied himself to the mast, right? So there you go. That's part of it. The Odyssey, tying himself to the mast, right? That's number two.
Through the sirens. That's what he does in the book, in the movie.
Home at Last.
And probably also the
poem. Home at Last, of course. And it does rhyme with last. Home at Last rhymes with mast. He tied himself to the mast. So Steely Dan wrote that song with the Odyssey in mind. That's an absolute truth. Number three, Man of Constant Sorrow. Everybody knows this song from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which was, the song has no known author, and various people that recorded it, including Bob Dylan and just about anybody who just, hey, I know a song I can record, I don't have to pay royalties on. So, Man of Constant Sorrow is legitimately used in that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Which
is also a
Coen brothers
version of the Odyssey.
Coen brothers. Yeah, they claim it's a version, Cliff Notes version of the Odyssey, and of course the Coen brothers, neither of them read the Odyssey either, just like me, but they're, for some reason,
somebody
really
gets turned into a
with
toad, but just like somebody gets turned into a pig, you know?
Yeah, John Goodman plays the Cyclops because he got an eye patch, right? Yeah, like giant John Goodman, and you have the girls that the siren song that lures them to the edge of the river, and he gets turned into a toad. They think, it's a great movie. It's a great comedy. Coen Brothers movies are always great.
Album.
Even though and a great album. And Man of Constant Sorrow was a top 10 hit. It might even been number one from that soundtrack. So Man of Constant Sorrow, not written about the Odyssey as far as we know, because we don't know who wrote it. We don't know who wrote it. 1904, number 4, and this might surprise you or it might not. But I listened to it the other day. I said, wow, this song is about the Odyssey. Stairway to Heaven. Stairway to Heaven. Why do I say that? Well, let's see. You're on a journey, right? There are two paths you can go by. There's a piper calling you. Hello, siren song, right? Mm-hmm. And whispering wind. Don't forget, your stairway lies in a whispering wind. The siren song, that's the whispering wind. That's exactly what it is. Stairway to Heaven. He did not realize it was about the Odyssey, but Robert Plant was definitely thinking about that. And of course, Lord of the Rings, which is also about the Odyssey. Let's not forget Lord of the Rings is another version of the Odyssey.
Every journey is about the Odyssey because that's what the Odyssey is.
That's
a
what
journey.
I'm saying. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, the Odyssey, same thing. All right. And so when Robert Plant was writing about Lord of the Rings, he was probably unconsciously also writing about the Odyssey, is what I'm saying. Number 5, I don't even know if Grand Funk knows their song was about the Odyssey, but again, it's about a ship at sea, and it's called Closer to Home, and of course the parenthetical title is I'm Your Captain. I'm Your Captain. Yeah.
The whole motive of the Odyssey is getting back home. That's what he's trying to do, the whole thing.
We got 3 things. The troubled voyage, right? The plea for the ship. We save the ship. We don't have anything with the ship. And the journey home. So there you go. Even though, probably, again, I think the guy who was a Vietnam veteran, and he was more or less worried about getting the hell out of Vietnam at some point, right? Again, an Odyssey that you just don't want to be a part of. Number 6, legitimately, again, you cannot avoid the fact that this is about the Odyssey. There's absolutely no way to deny it's about the Odyssey because it's in the title. Tales of Brave Ulysses by Cream. And Ulysses is just another name for Odysseus. Ulysses is just... Ulysses is a book by James Joyce, written in the 1920s, about one day. But this is in Dublin. But this is completely Ulysses is just another name for Odysseus. It's the Latin translation of Odysseus. That's all Ulysses is.
One day in Dublin, not in England.
Yeah, one day in Dublin. That's what I said.
Sorry. I thought you said England. What did I say? You cut out, so I didn't hear what you said.
No, I said Dublin. I said Dublin. Yeah. I said Dublin. Tales of Brave Ulysses by Cream, right? And since
he also gets into
Ulysses
a bunch of hijinks too. Yeah.
He's the same person. That's why. He's the same exact person. Ulysses is... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, you mean in the book, Ulysses? Yeah. Which has nothing to do with... Nothing with Odysseus. Larry. Anyway, that is the actual name for Latins called... Because the Latins had to have their own words for shit. Because the Greek names were good enough, I guess. I don't know. Number 7. This is Bob Dylan. As your bingo card, Bob Dylan. You want to check this off. This is our recent Mother of Music. And you know what muses are, right? The music all over in the
Greek mythology.
Song, they give you this, they give you that. They give you all your talent comes from the muses. Yeah. Every talent you got came from that mysterious little harpy in the distance that's giving you secret signs that make you think about things. And Bob Dylan, basically in this song, and it's one of his rough and rowdy ways, that album he released during the pandemic. It's like, I want, he's praying to the Mother of Muses to give him, one last great album. And they did. They delivered him. It was a great album, actually. Now 85? He was 80 and made another great album. He did it. He pulled it off somehow. Yeah. And that one there is your Bob Dylan reference. Oh, there might be another Bob Dylan. Let's hold on. Because number 8, we referenced this song the other day when we were doing a song about submarines. And reminded me of a song, Calypso by John Denver. Calypso! Yeah, that's right, yes, Calypso.
We talked about that. Yeah.
After Odysseus is shipwrecked and loses his crew, he washes ashore on Ogygia. Calypso falls deeply in love with him and keeps him on her lush remote island. She promised Odysseus eternal youth and immortality if she stays and becomes her husband. And bit of a control freak, so Odysseus got the hell out of Dodge.
Man, yeah, in the story, he's there for 20 years, doesn't even know.
Yeah, number 9, we're going to go back to Achilles does not appear in Odyssey except I think as a ghost, correct?
Yes, in hell.
But Achilles does appear. He does appear, so we got to put another Led Zeppelin song in there, Achilles' Last Stand. Achilles' Last Stand was, of course, when he meets Helen of Troy. And he wants to run away with Helen of Troy, and then somebody shoots him in the ankle with an arrow, and his Achilles heel, does him in, because when he was a baby, the legend has it, his mom, and Achilles is not a god, he's not a human, he's a hero, which is half god, half human.
He's a demigod.
His mom dips him into the river Styx, but holds him by that little sliver in his Achilles heel, that they call it now.
His ankle, yeah.
That's where he was shot. Yeah. He was protected, he was immortal, except for that little spot where he wasn't immortalized. Of course, it's just myth. Number 10, Athena by The Who.
Who features prominently in the film Odyssey.
Yeah.
Played by Zendaya.
Goddess of War. The goddess of warcraft, as a scholar.
And also, I believe she was the goddess of Troy. One of the goddesses of Troy.
Yes. Athena, this was a hit song by The Who from their album It's Hard in 1983. It was their last album with Kenny Jones as a drummer. It was their last album for a long damn time. It was the last album of the 20th century. So, Athena! And I just wanted to me and AI had a fight over this song. The AI kept insisting, this song is written about a woman, a real woman, Teresa Russell, that Pete Townsend wanted to date, and she said, no, I don't want to date you. And I'm like, Teresa Russell, really? Do you think that song's about Teresa Russell? And it wasn't. Pete Townsend was going to write a song called Teresa, right? And it was going to be about her, right? But the words weren't coming out, so he changed the name, and it became about Athena. She's a bomb, is the theory. She's just a girl. She's a bomb, right? And so it definitely is about war. And as a kid, I knew Athena was a goddess of war. I knew this. And this song's about war. 40 years later, 50 years later, whatever, 40 years later, come to find out the internet tells me it's about Teresa Russell. No, it's not. It's about war.
Okay.
It's about war. I'm addicted to war. It was 1983. What happened in 1983? Falklands War, right? Hello, England. England with the Falklands War. And don't forget, Grenada, two of the dumbest misadventures in the history of military, just to feed the military-industrial complex with more money. Athena took us to two wars that weren't necessary for any reason whatsoever. So Pete Townsend wrote this song. That's why I thought in 1983, apparently he did say, I started writing this song because I was rejected. Doesn't sound like a Pete Townsend thing. I think he just made it into something else because he doesn't want to feel like he says he only writes love songs to God, is what he says. Number 11 is Sirens by Pearl Jam on one of their more recent albums. I listened to the song, it's okay. I don't have a lot to say about it, but Sirens, the Siren song, they lure you into and it legitimately in the lyrics say it is definitely about the Odyssey, right? You don't talk about sirens in any other context other than the sirens on the police car or the air raid alarms. You only talk about the siren. The original siren was the girl calling you, hey you, come on over.
I think the original siren was still the Greek one, sadly. Still older than modern day.
And from us, right? And from Australia, we're going down to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds have a song that's legitimately called The Odyssey, which I listened to. It's been a while. The Odyssey, More News from Nowhere is the parenthetical title.
Oh yeah, because that's where they were
Nick
stuck.
Cave and the Bad Seeds. One of the more unique voices in pop music. I'll listen to just about anything by Nick Cave because he seems like he's got a foot in some somewhere and he can't pull it out. He's like, I'm in the weird world. And he pulls these lyrics that just, wow, that's amazing. Anyway, Nick Cave is just ground heroes as far as music is concerned. So the Odyssey, More News from Nowhere. Nick Cave, I don't have a lot to say about that song. And my number 13, you got Bob Dylan in your bingo card. Hit it again. You can do it twice because Tangled Up in Blue. I never even thought about this, but yeah. There's a lot of things that are similarities in Tangled Up in Blue. I could read you, but I was in the middle of looking it up. I could tell you real quick. Specifically, I thought of this last night. I was going to sleep, by the way. Didn't really get to do a lot
great time to have some thoughts.
Well, I wrote it down. Okay, the wandering hero, right? He's the wandering hero, tangled up in blue. Memory, lyrics blame past, present, future, simultaneously. Memories, locations dissolve one another, creating a shifting mental landscape rather than a linear diary. Search for a lost figure. Never escape my mind. His undying quest, a mythic quest he's on. 10 years to live and 2 years to write. Dylan noted that 10 years to live and 2 years to write. Basically, he was writing about his marriage. I think he was. But again, it was put it in the context of a long journey. It wasn't even a journey of feet. It was more like a journey of experiences, and not necessarily in chronological order. Take you in different places. So there's your Odyssey 13, and it was really there's a lot of other songs that actually were about it, but not metaphorically, which doesn't really help a lot. we got a bunch of non-metaphoricals in here too. So let's have what'd you get? A joke or a song? What'd you get? A song?
I got associate. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Associate. That's right.
Which is easy to do because we already did it right before we started the list. Yeah, we associate this with the previous epic poem of the Iliad, which I did look up kind of what the shared material, right? So the two poems share a great deal. The same gods, of course, the same heroes. Odysseus appears in both epic poems, and the same overall mythology, the same convections of a formal epic verse. The Odyssey also explicitly references the Iliad. Odysseus is in the underworld descent, speaks with the shade of Achilles, who has died in the events between the two poems. He speaks with Agamemnon, who was murdered by his wife on his return home, and he hears about Ajax's suicide. The Iliad's heroes are present in death and in the Odyssey. The reverse is not true, however, for the Iliad, because the Odyssey hasn't happened yet. Odysseus hasn't gone on his journey. It cannot because Iliad's chronology, the Odyssey has not happened.
Okay.
Odysseus is present in the Iliad as a Greek strategist. His later journey is not foreshadowed in any specific detail. This is part of why most readers find the Iliad easier to read first. It does not assume anything that comes later. The Odyssey assumes you've already read the Iliad. Isn't that something authors always do? Authors always do that. Oh, you read the previous book, right? It's like, no, everyone told me the second one was better, so I didn't read the first one.
Yeah, you can't watch a sequel to a movie.
People do it all. You can do it. People do it all the time. I can't think of a specific example with books, but people do it.
But I'm saying you can't really watch a sequel without being clued in on what's going on, right?
I don't think it's very obvious that Odyssey, like I said, it's not really a sequel. It's just in the chronology. Oh, there it is. I got taken out for some reason. I find it so interesting that I'm actively talking and my Discord decides, oh, you're AFK. It's so weird. Anyways, I'm just saying it's in the chronology. It's not called the Iliad Volume 2, right? That would be an actual sequel. It's just in the chronology. It's in the same universe. And plenty of people read things that are in the same universe, but they don't, or consume things in the same universe, but I saw the prequels first before watching the original Star Wars series, so I had no idea the references. I didn't even know who Darth Vader was until the third film. Wow. I had no idea that was like we were watching a villain's story or the creation of a. I had no clue. I knew nothing about Star Wars. So for me, I experienced the prequel series as an original story. Yeah.
I don't think I knew anything about Star Wars till 1985.
Yeah, well, I wasn't alive.
I never watched the movie. It wasn't on TV. I never watched the movies. I couldn't afford to go to movies. I went to very few movies in my life until I had money. So I wasn't interested in Star Wars. And then I joined the Marine Corps, started meeting new people, and they're like, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And you eventually figure out what they're talking about. So I didn't know what Darth Vader was. You know what I mean? Who's Darth Vader? Oh, Star Wars. You know Star Wars? I'm like, no, I'm a poor farm boy. I didn't have money to go to a friggin'. If I had money, I didn't waste it on a movie. I'll tell you that. I can watch, TV. TV's free. Movie. Yeah.
Also, Nico, is an Athena a Honda minivan? Is that why you said something about a Honda minivan? I don't know anything about cars. Nico's just mentioning cars randomly. I guess of the Athena.
Haunted minivan. Athena.
Nico, you weren't alive.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure Nico's the same age as me. He wasn't alive either. What is it?
I didn't know anything about a lot of movies until 1985. I didn't know a lot about anything until 85, 86, and the world was out there.
In the country.
I was in some little farm in Wisconsin, man. I didn't have money.
We didn't have the internet back then like we do now, where you can just look things up or get on social media and hear what people are talking about. Yeah, that's true. You read the newspaper, listened to the radio, watched the news.
78, maybe.
Oh, the Odyssey, the Honda minivan? Oh, I had no idea. Yeah. Honda Odyssey.
I was into Saturday Night Live, the Blues Brothers. I was into, all the good music that was happening. Now I had no time for silly space fantasy movies. They just didn't interest me at all, not even slightly.
Okay, the wheel is really pissing me off. This is the second day in a row. It just rolls the same thing 3 times in a row. Oh my god, it's gonna land on it again. What is going on? Okay, just pick something. I'm not rolling it again. Just pick whatever you want.
Roll again. Come on. Let's see if we can break the record for consecutive spins.
Right now we're on 5 times it's landed on reminds me of a song. All right, you can give me some sarcasm because I've given you sarcasm, but you haven't given me sarcasm for our culture news.
Oh, yes, I have. I just didn't do it on the wheel.
Yeah, well, I know that, but you know what I mean.
I'll give you a video while I'm at it, too.
Yes. So this is a story on Your News Culture by David Morquand about the new butter boutique in Paris. If you have an extraordinary bread and extraordinary butter, it's hard to beat bread and butter. How right French chef and author Jacques Pepin was when he said those enduring words. And a boutique in Paris is further proving him right, about the butter part at least. Billed as the French capital's first shop entirely dedicated to butter, Le Butter Shop opened its doors last month and offers 30, I didn't even know this was possible, 30 varieties of France's favorite fat. From a small family producer in Brittany, the Loire Valley in northern France, with varieties including flavored kinds like shallot, pepper, seaweed butter, wild garlic, and lemon with green pepper. I hear there's rich Americans who go to Paris just to steal butter so they can take it home. Because supposedly French butter is better than American butter. I'm not a foodie. I don't know these things, okay? Butter is butter. France, I probably have French butter myself, right? Because I'm in Europe. France eats around 8 kilograms of butter per person a year. That's a lot of butter. According to Agricultural Ministry, so it was about damn time they got a store for it. Customers can taste it by the spoonful before buying anything from a 10-gram pat to a kilogram block. That is so much butter. And if the aforementioned varieties didn't appeal, there are sweet ones too, including vanilla, raspberry, strawberry, and chocolate. Why would you make flavors of butter? I don't know. I guess I'll try it. Maybe I'll go there and try these different flavors. I didn't know British butter was bitter. Is that a new tongue twister, Tommy? Most people don't expect to like a raspberry butter or the chocolate butter, said owner Erwan Leo. And then they try it, and this is where they're just like, oh, wow, okay. Leo, who has also run a wine tasting business, and said butter should be used like wine to make a meal better. The goal isn't to get drunk, he cautions, adding that the tasting the butter works like tasting wine. You have to grab your spoon. You put it on your palate, on your tongue. It has to melt a little bit. And then the flavors are going to start coming on one by one. This is such a typical French reaction to food. Oh my god. Thank you, Omlin, for the gifted sub to Nico. Thank you so much for the gifted sub. Leo adds that the secret to savoring fatty butter is to be like Parisians. Walk aloft and practice moderation. We don't go beyond the 4 tartines a day, he said. The Italians choose olive oil, we choose butter. We'd learn how to master it. Leo's producers churn from selected cows and higher fat milk. An extra 2 or 3 percentage points, he said. Really makes a difference. The tiny shop has drawn crowds through social media and now has a staff of 4. What's going to need a staff of 20 after this article? From day one, it's been crazy, Leo said. Most people come in wanting to try 1 or 2 butters. They end up trying 25 butters because they're just too curious. Next up is going to be croissant-flavored butter and perhaps violet. This is limitless, Leo said. If you're not thinking of butter me up, we don't know how to help you. Le Butter Shop is located at 5 Rue Bouchot in Paris, a stone's throw away from the Champ de Mars in the Eiffel Tower. So right in... They're paying a lot of rent to have their shop open there, so I guess go buy some butter. And if you're a butter appreciator, maybe they'll release some vegan butter options, huh? I doubt it. I'm sure Parisians point their nose up at vegan food. How uncouth. Probably. Some avocado butter. Did you find a video? Yes, you did. Okay, great. Perfect. I got it.
I did find it.
Ready for your sarcasm.
I did find a video. Yeah, I think I've dispelled the myth about avocado toast because avocados are incredibly cheap in the United States now. But anyway, my sarcasm was about butterface. You know that term, butterface, right? At least you don't have butterface.
As far as you know, I don't know what Leo looks like.
If you don't know what butterface is, it's like, boy, she has a really nice body, but butterface. Whew.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We love objectifying women.
Butterface. Men can have butterface too. I'm just saying. But it works more with
butt him face doesn't match as much as butt her face, you know? Yeah. Butt him. But what is a butt him?
If you say a guy's butterface, everybody knows.
Maybe the gays have a term for this, but I don't know it myself. But I'm sure they have a term.
Close your eyes and wish. I don't know.
Close your eyes and wish. Our next segue is a hypothetical for this day in history.
Oh yes, this day in history. I used up all my sarcasm. I accidentally opened the soundboard instead. Okay, this day in history. A
butt in face? Yeah, that's a good one. That's the gay version. Butt in face. I don't want to see you, just your butt in my face. Thank you.
Oh no. Oh no, let's not go off on that. On 1232, did you know this?
Oh, lobsters. Okay, thanks Nico for that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Lobster, you'll eat the tail.
Yeah. I eat the head of a lobster, but I'm a weirdo, so.
No, I'll eat the tail. Well, catcher's mitt too. You can eat. Japan adopted its formal military legal code this day in 1232. It's called the Joei Ikimokion, which pledged just and impartial administration of law and its vassal subjects. I wonder if that was the start of the Shogun thing, right? Maybe. I don't know.
The Shogun happened
2 is the year.
Ages ago.
Over centuries? I thought it was over centuries.
Yeah.
1776.
No, I think it was like the 1600s, actually. It was during the same time as colonization, I think. 16 to 1400s, something like that.
Okay. During the American Revolution, British forces under General William Howe defeated George Washington and American Continental Army at the Battle of Long Island. Long Island. That's how you say it. You don't say Long Island. You say Long Island. If you live in Long Island, it's not coffee.
Please confirm this.
It's coffee. Right. It's coffee. It's not coffee. It's coffee. You drink coffee. You live in Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah, you live in Long Island. And
right.
my screen just disappeared, so I got to get it back.
For our, what do you call it?
That's your Long Island.
Our accent. Yeah, our diction. Daddy
Can
diction.
I get you some coffee? Yeah, you can give me some coffee. Yeah. All right.
You got your page back? You closed it completely?
In 1859, Edwin Laurentine Drake struck oil in Titusville, Pennsylvania, becoming the first driller of productive oil in the United States. And of course, the Pennzoil Company was your big oil company as formed in 1908. LBJ was born in Texas.
The world.
President of the United States. Bates was a good president up until he decided that the Vietnam War was worth pursuing. He did pass the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act. He gave rights to black people. And he did it only because he was so popular in 1965. He won a landslide election. The last real landslide the Democrats won. 1921, Faisal Ibn Hussein, leader of the advancing Arab nationalism during and after World War I. Nationalism is always a dangerous thing. Anyway, he was crowned king of Iraq. So yeah, let's figure out what happened in Iraq. Not a whole lot of good things. 1928, the Kellogg-Briand Pact was signed between France and the United States in a series of peacekeeping efforts in World War I. No, it wasn't about Kellogg cereals. It was probably just the two people, the Secretary of probably the Secretary of State and the France, what do you call him, Foreign Minister, I would think, right? 1939, German Ernst Heinrich Heinkel made the first jet flight. There you go. 1939 was the first jet flight. An HE-178, a turbo jet-powered aircraft, made the first flight. Hopefully he survived it. So jet power flight, born in this day, 1939. 1964, the musical film Mary Poppins, the nanny that flies around with an umbrella somehow. As I said previously, she really likes to get high. Mary Poppins, an adaptation of P.I. Tabor's book, had its premiere as a movie starring Julie Andrews. The rain in Spain falls. Hey, no, that was Eliza Doolittle. What did she sing? She sang, oh yeah. What did she sing? What the hell did Mary Poppins sing? Spoonful of Sugar?
A spoonful of sugar
anyway,
lets the medicine go down. And supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, that one as well.
Ah, that's it. A lot of kids got a good.
And there was a chimney sweeping song with the guy with the bad English accent, and the penguin dancing song.
Bang, bang.
No, that was in. There was chimney sweepers at the beginning of Mary Poppins.
I was thinking of Bang Bang.
He's also in that movie, I believe.
British accent.
Dick Van Dyke, because we both.
He plays the dad. He's a chimney sweep, and he's totally awesome British accent, almost as awesome as my Sean Connery. This sarcasm. Here's something that happened. The Irish Republican Army on this day in 1979 assassinated Louis Mountbatten, the uncle of the current king of England. He was assassinated.
Who was a blew up. Greek Nazi, wasn't he? So I don't really feel bad for him.
Yeah, he was Louis Mountbatten, basically a child molester, was blown up. Unfortunately, 2 children was also blown up at the same time. But the Irish Republican Army didn't give a shit about that. It's incidental to what their goals were. That's what you will always hear. It's like, I'm sorry the kids died, but you know what? They were royal kids. And that justified it for them. Doesn't justify it for me.
Remember, Ireland suffered under slavery and colonization by England for many, many centuries. So that's why the IRA even existed.
Yes.
It didn't come out of nowhere.
Yes,
It's centuries of oppression.
The Irish did. It was born out of what? Religion fighting over the invisible man. That's all it was started with. Through Henry VIII and his bullshit. 2008, Democratic politician Barack Obama became the first African American to be nominated for presidency by either major party. And whatever happened to old Barack? Oh yeah, he won 2 terms. So way to go, Barack Obama! One of the few things the United States has done right this century. 2011, after causing extreme damage, we're talking about another Hurricane Irene eventually hit here. It come through here and knocked out the power.
Yeah, for like a
2011,
week,
Hurricane Irene. Yeah. Our first hurricane was 2003. It was Hurricane Isabella. I remember that one.
You're right. Isabella and Irene. There were flies.
So you remember 2003. So you remember being 9, 2003, in the very first summer.
I think I remember being 9. Not really, and 8. 8, 9, and 10. Yeah.
Moved here in July, and in the middle of September, Isabella hit. Knocked power, flooded everywhere. We had a storm surge. We had a storm surge in our yard. Began to make me worried about where I moved to because they had a storm surge in our yard. Our front yard was a swimming pool for about 3 days.
We're just an aquifer, so we get all the water. We have an actual well right in our yard.
Our yard empties into a creek, which empties into a major river about half a mile away. So everything just runs straight out the ocean from our yard, and consequently, the ocean backs up into our yard during a hurricane.
Yeah.
It didn't get all the way to the yard, but it's possible. It is possible. know it's possible, but Isabella was pretty bad, and I guess that's, they say, is the baddest it's ever been here. Other things on this day: the death of Titan. Titan, the greatest Italian Renaissance painter. I'm sorry, Titian, not Titan. Titian, the greatest Italian Renaissance painter of the Venetian school. Okay, who was described as the sun amidst all the small stars, only among the Italians, but all the painters of the world. He died on this day in 1576. Okay, there you go. This is the day he died. It wasn't the day he was born. 1896, the Anglo-Zanzibar War starts and ends. Smiley faces for everybody. On this day, in 1896, the shortest war in recorded history started and ended. The Anglo-Zanzibar War erupted after Prince Khalid and Ibn Banghash seized the Sultanate of Zanzibar without British approval. British ordered him to step down.
Take
he
back
refused.
your land. Fuck those colonist settlers.
At 9 a.m., British warships opened fire on his palace, and 40 minutes later, Khalid had fled and his forces were defeated. 40-minute war.
You British.
And the Falkland Islands was not the shortest war in England. This one was. There you go. We're talking about 1983. And there's a picture of the fort that he seized, and it's in pieces because they just started bombarding it. Mother Teresa was baptized on this day in 1910. Mother Teresa founded the Order of Missionaries of Charity, Roman Catholic congregation of women dedicated to helping the poor, and later received the 1979 Nobel Prize. I'm not a big fan of Teresa. She let poor people die. Prayed her way to hell.
She used her power as a saint to be a piece of shit. Yeah.
To go, oh yeah, you're poor, you're dying. I'll pray for you. No medicine, no health care, just prayer. Oh, it didn't help at all, but happy baptism day to her. Our other birthdays that we have today, I'll try to get through real quick. I'm already at the bottom. It's really pissed off. Actor Ariana Greenblatt, if you know who she is, she's turning 19 today, and in her picture, she looks mad, really mad. I don't know what she's mad about, but damn it. Maybe somebody's taking her picture, I don't know. Actor Blake, I don't know, he was part of the Kardashian clan, they turning 34. Gotta be, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many kids Bruce Jenner has, or sorry, Caitlyn Jenner has? Tiffany Boone, born in 1939. Let's see. We got actor Aaron Paul. You know where Aaron Paul is? Born in 1979. Played Jesse in Breaking Bad. Yeah. Bitch. Yeah. Happy birthday, bitch. You're 47. Bitch. Actor Sharon Weiss, born in 1978. Age 48. Hard to believe it. Jesse was just in high school, man. He was just selling crystal meth in Walter White's class, all the classmates, and now he's 47.
I think he was 20 on the show, right? Mid-20s.
When did the show start? 2008. So it started about 18 years ago, something like that. Yeah. Musician Bobo, the Beastie Boys in Cypress Hill, turns 58. Musician Mike Johnson, who's Dinosaur Jr., turning 61. Fashion designer, filmmaker Tom Ford, turning 65. Here's a picture. Oh, I know this guy. Actor Paul Mensah. I didn't know his name. Peter Mensah, sorry, born in 1967. World Golf Hall of Fame member Bernhard Langer, German golfer, born in 1969. Musician Glenn Matlock, who was the drummer for the Sex Pistols and for Blondie for a period of time. He's turning 70. Actor Bryn Stormare, turning 73. Musician Alex Lifeson, here's a big one. Guitar player for Rush, who's back touring again with a new drummer, a woman drummer. Musician Alex Lifeson, turning 73, so happy birthday today. It's Pee Wee Herman's birthday. Actor Paul Rumids passed away a few years ago. He would be 74 today, but he's not around. Actor Tuesday Weld, who's a blonde teenage actor back in the 60s. She's turning 83. Tuesday Weld, there was the old joke, if Tuesday Weld married Frederick March III, dinner name would be Tuesday, March the 3rd. That was one of my favorite jokes. Still a great joke, right? You have to read that one to me. Writer William Lee
we have a
Steet Moon,
channel
born
point
in
redeem on the
1987.
channel that if you get a certain amount of channel points, you can say, I want to be a guest star on the show. So Nico is saying he's saving up to be a guest star on the show.
Guess what does a guest star do on our show?
What Tommy did.
What the question is.
What Tommy did.
Oh, read us. Yeah, I gotta have a
Bring
local
us some
story.
stories. Yeah.
Local story. What is local?
Him,
It's got to be
for
a place
him,
we never touched. Yeah.
it's, he lives in Rhode Island, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he lives in Boston, Junior. Congratulations.
But he does have the accent, so yeah.
I'm just saying. Providence is Boston, Junior. I'm just saying that. I think Rhode Island is like 3 cities, right? Providence, Newport, and one other one. That's it. I think that's all I got, right? They ain't allowed to tell me. I don't know. My oldest brother was born in Newport, Rhode Island, in 1943 during World War II. My dad was stationed at Newport, ready to go overseas, and Mom was there too.
My mom was there too. So
Other birthdays.
one thing led to another.
Of course, my brother was born in bed. He wanted to be near his mother. Anyway.
Continue with your history.
You know his brother's birthday? Lyndon B. Johnson's birthday, we covered that. It's automaker Charles Rolls was born this day in 1877. The Rolls-Royce company, the handmade cars, I believe they're still handmade. Writer Theodore Dreiser, born in 1871. And that's it for all the famous people. Let's get on with this crap. National Day today is, I closed this earlier, National Just Because Day. Yeah, why did you poke me in the eye? Just because? Oh, okay. That's not a reason. National Peach Day, National Pots de Crème Day. That sounds like something French.
Just a little bit.
And that's it. Those 3 things.
Nice creamy thing.
Just because. Yeah, just because. Yeah. I don't know if I like that one. I don't think I like Just Because Day. It seems like arbitrary reasons to just do anything.
Why did you go?
The cream. Do you know what that is?
Why did you go skydiving? Just because. You know, it doesn't have to be a negative thing.
I guess, but they need to explain themselves. Rationalizing everything. I'm going to rationalize everything.
Sincere, celebrate. Sometimes you do things just because we have to do them. Okay, so it's about like doing your laundry. You know, I have to go do my laundry. I have to.
Why did you destroy the
or you bought a cute outfit at the mall
with your car?
Just because. Yeah.
Why were you pointing your green laser pen at the flock camera? Just because.
Maybe you want to use a vacation day to go fishing, and you do it just because.
Just because.
Yeah, see, it can be positive things, not just.
Nazi?
Just because.
Why did you punch the Nazi?
Why did
Just
Spider-Man?
because.
Why did that Spider-Man punch that asshole in what was it, Minnesota or Michigan? In Michigan, just because.
Oh yeah,
you see that the Spider-Man?
Just because.
That's because.
There are punchable faces in this world, and there's a few of these people running around.
Once the
I don't know
crème
what
is a
they're trying
recipe
to
for
do,
a French dessert. Back to the 17th century, it's names for pot of custard or pot of cream, which also refers to the baking dish. Baked with small pots with lids. They're also baked in other small porcelain dishes. They can be custards, creme, which is loose custard. It's a custard. It's a baked custard.
Right on. It's that day. So that's everything for August 22nd.
Happy Georgia.
Your mispronunciations, your everything.
No poems today,
all
sadly.
your things for August 27th, 2026, and before Peaches and Pots de Crème.
Oh, peaches and cream. You could have said peaches and cream.
Peaches de Crème. Peaches. What's the French
Peaches
word for
decrem. I have no
move
idea.
into the country? A lot of peaches. You know that's
It's also This is awkwardly coincidental. It's also
really?
World Lake Day. Yes, as a lake just emptied out,
Whoa, that's
perhaps
sad.
emptied out onto Nepal. It is also World Lake
Sad
Day, but
news.
for a different reason, which is we need lakes
Ooh.
for fresh water. It is the lifeblood of our industry and our lives. It supports drinking water, fresh sources of agriculture and the industry, and it's habitat for countless animals, plants, and wildlife. So please support lakes. Make sure that they have good inflows, they're free of contaminants, and they can, of course, as it says here, worsened lake flushes is a leading cause of frequent and intense floods. So take care of the lakes, pay attention to the lakes, so that we can avoid floods, avoid pollution, and avoid having no fresh water. Definitely should avoid that. Everyone needs fresh water on the planet, even plants. So that is my only day today for our international observances. This has been Alison here from the Netherlands and Roger from the East Coast of the US. As we finish off our Thursdays 13, we'll be back tomorrow for Friday's News Dump, in which I think I'm gonna at least maybe I'll do both of I think we'll actually do the obituaries for the people that passed, because it's always hard to do obituaries for people.
How about you pick
during the week?
You pick an obituary, I'll pick the other one.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll cover
unless somebody else
our
dies,
thoughts and prayers.
Somebody else dies today, we'll cover that.
Plenty of people have died already, 200 and countless already. So we'll cover those.
80-year-old out there
to celebrate the long lives of people instead of the sadness of losing those that are.
Yes, sir.
Whatever, the shining brightly in our world. The stars are still shining brightly even as they go out. Thank you to everyone who was here today for the live show. If you're not already, please follow us on Before Coffee Podcast and subscribe to us on Before Coffee Podcast, YouTube and Twitch. Same channel name, so that that number can go up, more people can know about us, and we can continue sharing our anti-AI news. We're real people with real bad opinions and sharing real stories that are actually happening. Thank you to everyone on Before Coffee. Supporters here on Patreon who are supporting this channel monetarily. Appreciate all the support, keeping the lights on. And here is our magically mystifying mic drop moment. There's your alliteration that we didn't get today.
This is a tribute to Billy Crystal, who played the first gay person on television back in the 70s. Television series, I should say.
Yeah.
In tribute to
of course, Tim Curry played the Transylvania transvestite in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Transylvania.
There's so many nice things one can say.
The cross-dressing.
But the term we must use, besides
always create funny characters. Maybe known for being a hammy actor, but you know what? We need some ham in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. He's gay, friendly, a pal to the poof. He's gay, friendly, and here is the proof. A family man with more daughters than Fiddler, who snorts
that's a lot.
And lip syncs Bette Midler. Then goes home to Janice.
Yeah, you have what? 4 daughters, 2 granddaughters, and 1 grandson.
Just forget all the rumors.
He rhymed Fiddler, Bindler, and Diddler.
Not for a second.
I love the GLAAD Awards. They're always fun.
'Twas on Soap where we first saw his talent. He was TV's first man-for-man bride.
Yep.
His first film,
Billy Crystal was on Soap, and he was a gay man going through a sex change.
Yeah.
A man can't get pregnant.
That was on TV every
Not yet,
Tuesday
anyways.
on ABC.
We'll figure out a way to grow uteruses, and then men can get pregnant too.
He's gay,
yeah, we don't want that.
Friendly, and that's why he's here.
We'd rather just have an incubator going.
If you're looking for straight men tonight, he's the nearest. Of all of the Yankee fans, he's quite the queerest. At
Not
his
the
locker
pianist.
room pep talks, he quotes Mommy Dearest.
Bobby Dearest a lot.
The players all call him a bitch because he won't catch, but I hear he will pitch.
Oh, got him.
A mate to the mow. He's gay, friendly. Have you seen his show? A picture of him all in drag is projected. He plays as Aunt Sheila, whose voice sounds infected. Gay, pregnant, in drag. That's why he's been selected for this hallowed honor from GLAAD. Yes, he doesn't suck, but he ain't half bad.
the classic not rhyming on purpose.
I feel
Fill in the blank here.
I feel the camaraderie with Billy
that's
Crystal
great.
now. Only
Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notify buttons, and follow our other channels, Toxic Alley, History of Gravy, and Scratchy Old Records.